Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, November 1st. Welcome to November and fall and pumpkin spice latte and all of that good stuff. All right, let's take a look here at what we have going. The markets finishing last week so strong. Check this out here. In the SPY, we put in a brand new high. In the Qs, we came up and put in a brand new high. So really great strength here across the markets. Now, the IWM lagging a little bit behind, but still showing some okay strength. And the diamonds really close to putting in another high here. Of course, we've now moved through the biggest chunk of earnings, and then this week is kind of the mop-up of a lot of the rest of those earnings across the S&P 500 and other indexes. So keep a lookout. If your company that you're looking to play has not yet reported, be sure to go take a look at earningswhispers.com. You can plug in any, oops, sorry, Max just kicked him in the head. You can put in any ticker and it'll let you know when they are, if they've been verified. If not, like some of those smaller companies, go take a look on the company website and look under investor relations. And if they don't list it, send an email. I do that quite often, and I am actually surprised at how often they get back to me very quickly on when they are going to report. Okay, so that's a look there. Let's look at how we're working this morning, and we are putting in a new high on the S&P 500 futures here. We'll see if that translates to the open. We pull back just a smidge here as we get a little bit closer, but we still have quite a bit of time before the open. So we'll keep an eye on that. Not uncommon to take a little bit of a break before we actually have that opening bell here. But overall, very strong market. The other thing I want to point out here is Friday. We actually built up just a smidge more volume, showing a little bit more conviction, not like we've had here in some of these candles, but we weren't falling off on volume. And then this volume bar is, of course, today's. So, all right. So far, so good. Let's take a look at some charts. Gonna start here with Tesla because it's Tesla. And we talk about Tesla all the time. How high can it go? Well, it can keep going, obviously. This morning, it is sitting up at 11:51 right now, 11:51.30. So definitely taking a nice leg up. Great for day trading. Play a setup, whether it's an opening range break, maybe an inside candle breakout, whatever it is. Moving average crossovers. Take a look at Tesla 1160, 1150, 1160. Probably the 1200s will get hit pretty hard here. Or get bought up pretty hard here this morning as well, or during the day. But remember, this can turn on you in a dime. Profit takers can come in. That big order from Hertz. The news is pretty much out, right? So I'm surprised we didn't see a little bit more selling following that. But we'll keep an eye on that and see if it does start to take, profit takers come in, drive the price down a little bit, and then look for a new setup. But overall, Tesla is doing just fine. Sorry, I don't know, my allergies. Slept with the window open and it got really quite chilly last night here. All right, Coinbase, like the look in Coinbase, another inside candle. We have earnings coming up, very long leg, long wick, pretty long tail inside this candle here. With Bitcoin moving, so if we take a look at the Bitcoin futures, they're pushing well off of their lows here. A pretty decent little look. Yes, the candle is still red right now, but we keep using that 20 and pushing on up here. So I like the look in coin longer term, but not just coin. It can be any of the Bitcoin players. Just be very thoughtful in which ones that you take and understand just how volatile it can be. Make sure to if you're playing options, make sure to give yourself plenty of time. If you're playing the just the equity, just know that it can be very volatile. You have to stick it in there and just be like, okay, gonna come back and look at this in a couple of weeks. So coin here looking pretty good. I like this. These will all be December strike or the December monthlies, and I'm looking at the 320 in coin. We were watching Nike last week, took a beautiful leg up and missed the whole move on Friday. So we're looking for some continuation on this here. Would love to see a little bit of a pullback, but we are right at here. There we go. That we came right back up, matching up with some candle tops here a little bit of resistance, so looking for the move, continued move in Nike, and I'm looking at the 175s. Really not a ton of resistance until you do get up to that previous high there, 174 and change. Apps. So apps shopping around here in a box. It does have earning. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe I'll take that one off. I thought I had a couple of days. Earnings are tomorrow after the bell, so I'd be pretty, I guess maybe just a day trade in this one. It's been chopping around. I was looking at it if it can break to the upside above 87.82. I like it for, well, what I would consider now a day trade at the 90 strike. The electric vehicles, we've talked about Tesla, but electric vehicles still in play, making a nice little wedge here. Earnings are coming up, nice little open candle here. I like this for the continued move, anything above Friday's high. And if we can get past that 47.30, I think it'll make a nice little run up to about that 49.50. So I am looking at the XPEV 50s. Well, if you have a bunch of electric vehicles on the road, we've talked about this one over and over, or about this sector over and over, whether it be Plug, Blink, or a Charge Point. I'm already in Charge Point. All of these, well, you have to charge your vehicles, right? And there's a very definite high demand for charging stations across the United States, not just in the airports or in the urban settings, but those truck stops, wherever. These are looking pretty decent here. Plug, beautiful move above the 200. Anything above Friday's high, which was the high, here, take a look at those. I like this at the 40 strike. Blink, a little bit lighter on volume, but I think these will probably pull up in volume pretty nicely here today. BLNK, I would take a look at the 33s. Beautiful move up above the 50 as long as it stays there. Chewy. Well, Chewy finally made that move above the 50s. I know several of you played it on Friday. It was in Friday's watch list. I just didn't catch the move. Looking for continuation. Would like to see a little bit of a pullback maybe to around this 74, 75 area. But if not, anything over the close of Friday for a move toward this point of control area. This will be some decent resistance sitting there at 78.20, 78.30 rather. I am watching the Chewy 80s. Edward Life Sciences. This was a little bit harder to trade simply because the volume is a little bit lighter, but I really like the move in it the past couple of days, looking for maybe a little bit of a pullback before pushing through the high of Friday. If we don't get that, needs to be above the high of Friday, looking for that recent high of 123.27. I like Edward Life Sciences, the 120s. LAC, so I'm already in new. Some of these basics still doing pretty darn well. We did close off of our highs on Friday, but cleared out a lot of decent resistance here, coming right across about 28.50. So LAC, anything above Friday's close, not the high, but the close. I like this LAC 30s. And lastly, as I mentioned, it is definitely pumpkin spice latte weather. And so let's take a look at Starbucks. I take that back. This is not the last chart. I actually want to go through a few of these reversal plays. And that's exactly what this is. They had earnings, got really crushed there on Friday, tried to make up some ground there. That's why it has that long wick. But look for this to move up through Friday's, the main body there of that candle, and then into the gap. It actually has quite a bit of room there, all the way up, back up to the 200. So let's keep a good eye on Starbucks. I like the 110s. Apple tried really hard to go green, but look at that nice open candle that we have from Friday after the earnings miss, pushed right back up off of the 50. So keep an eye on the Apple 150s. Amazon as well, really nice push back up. Didn't flip the candle green, had a little bit further to go, but it is at the 50, so anything over the 50 in Amazon looks good. And then with all of these goods, all of our shopping, all of the Christmas stuff trying to get out, everything trying to get off those container ships, well, we've got to move it somehow. I know that you've heard that from me before, but keep an eye on these charts. CSX, UNP, FDX, UPS, and one of my favorite truckings right now, ODFL, Old Dominion here. So keep an eye on all of these. JBHT's another one, JB Hunt. These are the transport services. JB Hunt's actually in a nice little range here. So anything above, I would say 198.50 would be a pretty good look in there. We are past earnings, but this is how all of those goods are going to get out of their ports. So keep an eye on these, especially as we move through the holiday season and we continue to shop. Okay, that is it for me this morning. I hope you have an awesome day. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. Heather C at GivingTreeTrading.com.